Playful game. Entering team select screen. The Chicago Bears. Ready.
It's week 13 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Packers and the Bears on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Entering play call screen. Return middle. Return left.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the 6.
R2 button.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Play type, error, option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick. Double slant. Square button. Triangle
Fields going to throw right
Circle
away.
Button.
Caught here by Griffin. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a second down and 6. First carry now for David Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. Play type, there are 8 option. Run, pass. Quick pass, there are Y stick.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Triangle button. Cross button.
To throw is Fields.
R1 button. Square button.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Entering play call, Y stick. Play type. Run. Inside hand. AHD blunt dive. Zone weak.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Entering play call. Inside handoff. There are 7 categories. Play type. There are option. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
R1 button. Cross button.
Fields.
R1 button.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be brought down at the 27. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door to red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
R1 button. R1 button.
Fields on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Double slant.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Fields now to throw.
Triangle button.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Boot slide. Wide drag wheel. A convex wided. Kaji curl. Wide cross.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Cross button. Cross button.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 18 options. Field goal 57 yards is selected. Punt plan. There. Player. There are 8. Formation. There. Play type. There are 8. Run. Pass. Play action. Pass sprint. Boot slide. Wide drag wheel.
They snap it to Fields.
Circle button. Square button. Cross button.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Green Bay's offense trots out, and just as it has been since week 1 of the 2008 season, Aaron Rodgers leads the way now in his 18th year in the National Football League.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
This is your game, baby.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers for Jones last week, 16 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? This defense for the Bears, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, even the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Their 2nd drive here, the ball game, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up a bit, a little bit, didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Triangle button. R1 button.
Now it's Fields.
Plus button. Square button.
That's
R1
complete
button.
right side to Kmet. So the
Entering
completion
play
good
call.
for 6 yards. And now we've got a third down and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Square button. Cross button.
Fields on third
R1
down.
button.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan,
Entering
overthink
play
things,
call.
get
Coach
back to what works.
suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Count is selected.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
No, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Rodgers now on first down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Touchdown! Romeo Doubs with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown.
Play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Square button. R1 button.
Now Fields.
Cross button. Cross button.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
Entering
Calling a
play
gain
call.
of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. That's well executed there on 3rd down. I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Red option is selected. Cross button. Triangle
Now
button.
1st down throw,
Cross button.
Fields. And again back to Komet. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
You have 30 options. HD stretch is selected.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Cross button.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
R1
Here's
button.
Fields.
R1 button. Cross button.
Sideline throw, it's complete.
Entering
And a nice
play
job
call.
there of keeping the toes
There are 8
inbounds.
categories. You have 30 options.
Matt LaFleur loudly
tackle
voicing his
selected.
objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
review of
You
the
have
play,
30 options.
ruling on the
HP
field.
off
So
tackle
the challenge
selected.
there does not go their way. This will indeed remain
One
a
shallow
completed
cross.
pass.
HP off tackle. Cross button. Square button.
Again,
R1
Fields.
button. R1 button.
Got his man complete over the middle.
Button.
That's Montgomery. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Strong stretch is selected.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Fields.
Cross button.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. And inside give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. That one thrown away from the pocket. Officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
6 categories.
$10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that,
Entering
they're going to be set up with a
coach
1st and goal.
suggestions. There are 6 categories.
It's showtime, baby. Get something together.
Rodgers again now. And it's a Packers touchdown. Alan Lazard, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
R2 button.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series. They need a big adjustment here trying to put some points on the board.
Predictions, HD stretch is selected.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
R1
To
button.
throw his field.
Cross button. Square button.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
There are special RP, option, run, pass. Quick, standard pass, shotgun pass, mesh spot, slants, sail.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Cross button.
Another try
Circle
after the
button.
first down sack.
Fields.
So they'll get 8 out of that
Entering
completion.
play ball,
And they'll be
mesh
facing a
spot,
3rd and
slants,
12.
Good
sail.
throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running
R1
into
button.
a defensive player
Cross
in
button.
another zone.
R1 button. R1 button. R2
he'll leave it
button.
for Montgomery complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now here's Trenton Gill now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And he stopped immediately there.
Entering play call,
No
coach
gain on the play. It'll be
suggestions. There are
2nd
6
down.
categories.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch,
Entering
and then
play
anything
call,
after that, we
coach
count that as a
suggestions.
bonus.
There are 6
And indeed, he
categories.
gets enough for the 1st down.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Call it a loss of
Entering
14 on the
coach
play, and it'll make this a
suggestions.
2nd and
There are 6
long.
categories.
Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see a surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers continue to pull away here this first half. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
Entering play call, special teams. We have 6 options.
After the roughing
Return
penalty
left
on the
to selected.
PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Forward it goes.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cross button.
Fields.
R1 button. Cross button.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Cross button.
Now it's Fields.
R1 button. Cross button.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Watch incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense took them to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Quick pass. Y-stick.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Cross button. R1 button.
Back to throw.
R1
Fields.
Button. R1 button.
That's complete right side to Komet.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. Nifty move. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. On second down, it's Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
R2 button.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question is, this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Gun. Strong. Low. Mesh post. W are out. Mesh post.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Cross button.
Montgomery on the counter. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards
Entering
past the 30 to the 31.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you open up lanes for your runners.
Play type, option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Cross button.
Now Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. Circle button.
Caught here by Griffin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
first down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Square button. Triangle
On
button.
2nd and 9. Fields. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields now to throw.
R1 button. Cross button. Triangle button. Square button. Circle button.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Cross button.
Here's Fields.
Cross button. Cross button.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Entering play call. Go Z spot. Zone pick check. Z spot.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Formation, there are 8 categories. Play hike, there run, pass. Quick pass, there Y stick. Double slant. Triangle
on
button.
1st and 10,
Cross
here's
button.
Fields.
Triangle button.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Kenny Clark, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Entering play call.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Quick fade.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Square button. Triangle
Another
button.
try after the
Triangle
first down
button.
sack. Fields. And he floats one there, incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
R1 button. Circle button.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Hike, there run, pass, quick pass, Y stick, double slant, jet pass FK, quick fade, quick slant, quick fade, quick slant.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Circle button. R1 button.
They snap it to Fields.
Square button.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Triangle
Fields
button.
throwing again.
Circle button. Triangle button.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
R1 button. R1 button.
Back to
R1
throw
button.
again. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Griffin.
Entering play
Only
call.
able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And Y stick. Double slant. Y stick.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
R1 button.
Again, he'll
Cross
drop
button.
to throw. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Bears get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Alan Lazard and the rest of the Packers back out for another drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Rodgers to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon puts it off. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Yes. With Hail Mary. Goal post.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Triangle
To
button.
throw is Fields.
Square button. Triangle button.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
Cross button.
And it's knocked away and
Entering play
incomplete.
call. Hail Mary.
Quality coverage
There are
that
6
time to slow down what's been the main
categories.
source of
Play high,
offense
run.
against them thus
Pass.
far. Got to find a
Hail
way
Mary.
to slow
There are
down
6
that ball in the air.
post. Shot save block.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Cross button. Triangle button.
Looking to throw.
Circle button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2.
Fields trying to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he caught it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
There are 6 subcategories. Option set to quick pass 11 plays. You have 5 options. Passes selected. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Double slant.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Following the fumble recovery. Fields.
Cross button. Cross button. Square button.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Square button.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Entering play call. Quick pass. There are 6 play run. Pass. Quick Hail Mary. Goal post. Shot save block.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Cross
Now
button.
on 3rd and
Circle
long, they'll
button.
look to throw.
Triangle
He'll
button.
take a shot for the end zone.
Triangle
And he
button.
knocks the ball away, and it
Entering
falls
play call.
incomplete.
Coach suggestions.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Personnel, there are 8 category. Favorites, there are 8. Recent, player, there are 8. Formation, play type, there run, pass. Hail Mary, there are 6 category. Goal post. Shot save block. Cross button.
A final shot
Triangle
before the
button.
break. Fields.
Triangle button.
He's going to throw one up from the end zone.
Triangle
It's
button.
incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes there for Trevor Lawrence. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
RPO, option, run, FB run, there are 7 QB run, F, draw, FB run, draw, AHB mid draw.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Circle button.
Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
In front of Chris Barnes rushing in there and hitting him for a loss.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Entering play call. Play type. Option. Run. Pass. Screen pass. AHB slip. Play action pass. Shotgun pass. Standard pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Doubles. Jet pass. Quick slants.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Triangle button.
Back to throw.
Circle button.
Fields.
Triangle button.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Entering play call.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Square button.
Throwing on 3rd down. Fields.
Cross button. Cross button. Cross button.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Kenny Clark, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Entering play call. Coach gun plan. Player. There. Formation. Play type. There. Run. Pass. Quick pass. West. Double slant. Triangle button. Cross button.
Here we go on
Triangle
4th down.
button.
Fields completes a Mooney on the slant.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Attempt is selected.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
Entering play call, run, pass. Quick pass, there are 6 categories. Stick, quick slants. Triangle
back
button.
to throw, Fields. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Cross button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Square button.
That's complete to Mooney. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Entering play call, quick pass, there are 6 play run. Inside, AHP blunt dive.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Square button.
Now it's Fields. And that nearly
intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we got this guy right where we wanted. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the third in the game. And boy, they really played well attacking the football.
Pass with Y stick.
On 4th down, Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of the 1st down. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch. Gets his feet down. Sets up a 4th down and short situation. I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here comes Pettis on the return.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Play action. It's Fields.
Cross button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
Going up top.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Entering play call.
They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
Now
here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Rodgers. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The jet sweep, Dobbs. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, when you drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Categories.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
You have 6 options.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Square button.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Komet. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Corner stops.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
Entering play call for corners TN ball. White cop. Empty and clock power.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustration, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And here's Jones again on second down.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
And the big fella stumped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go now. Let's go.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
On the delay, Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
69 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Again, it's Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The give is to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them are the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Fields on first down. That's complete right side to Komet.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Player, there are 8 category. Formation, there are 8 category. Play type, there are 8. Run. Pass. Quick pass, there are Y stick. Quick slants.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Triangle button.
Fields now to throw.
Triangle button. Triangle
and that
button.
one almost intercepted. Could have been his third pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
R1 button.
And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Option. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Double slant.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Triangle
From
button.
the 50, here's
Triangle
Fields.
button. Square button.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Entering play call. Y stick. Play type. Run. Pass. With Hail Mary. Goal post. Shot save block. Hail Mary. Shot save block.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Cross
now
button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button.
They'll let this go for the end zone.
Triangle button.
And oh, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Triangle button. Circle button.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
Triangle button.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
There are 8 formation. Play type. There are 8 personnel. Play. Run. Pass. Hail Mary, there's goal post. R1 button. Square button.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find
All
out.
start.
Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
Entering play
and it
call,
ends with a Packers
teams. They
touchdown.
have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
R2 button.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
QB run. Inside handoff. AHP blunt dive.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker, as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field.
Coach suggestions.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they got this one well in hand. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
There are 6 categories.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now it's Rodgers.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And he is going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
And inside give to Jones. And some room to maneuver.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Up the middle, Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time to make sure you get in shape.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Run. Inside. AHB blunt dive.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Entering play call. AHB blunt dive.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
Entering play
I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Selected player, there are 8 formation, there are 8 play type, there are 8 cat option, run, inside hand, AHP blunt dive.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give. This is Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Inside, play, option, run, pass. Quick pass. There are 6 categories. You have 11
Here
options.
comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Square button. Triangle
Here's
button.
Fields.
Triangle button.
And that is incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. The corner was there to slam that window shut. Inside cross. 4 verticals. Inside cross. 4 verticals. Cross
4th
button.
down. Fields
Cross
has
button.
to have this one.
Cross button. Triangle button. R1 button.
Open man is Komet, the tight end.
Entering play
And he is going to have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago. That completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Inside handoff. AHP blunt dive.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Montgomery back to the ground. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Entering play call. Inside handoff. AHP blunt dive.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Cross-cutting.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Entering play call inside. Play type, error, option, run, pass. Quick pass, double slant. Jet pass FK zone. Double slant. Triangle
Throwing
button.
on 3rd
Triangle
down,
button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Cross button.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
Verticals. On plan, there are 8 coach suggestion. On plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 formation, there are 8 play type, special, RP, option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick. Cross-cutting.
They snap
R1
it to
button.
Fields.
Square button.
Complete to Mooney on the slant.
Entering
And he
play
is going to
call.
have the Bears
There are
1st
6
down as they
categories.
find
You
a
have
way to
11
convert
options with
on
science
4th and
selected.
10.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them.
Standard
Gets
pass.
big yardage and
Good
puts
pass.
points on the board. They have pride,
Nice
too, on
kick.
that side of the ball.
Quick slants.
So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
Cross button.
Now it's Fields.
Square button. Triangle button.
Completion here to Claypool. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Y stick. Double slant. Plate. Run. Pass. Run. HB blunt dive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Cross button.
And off comes to Montgomery. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Entering play call inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 50 options. 24 zone open is selected. HB blunt dive. 24 zone open.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Cross button.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And able to fight forward inside the
Entering
15 to the
play call
13.
inside handoff. There are
46
7
yards on the
categories.
ground for him so far.
HB
Well,
blunt
Buck, I
dive.
know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Cross button.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Player, there are 8. Formation, there I form, single, special teams, play type, option, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick. Double slant. Cross button.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields. He's got it. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead. And now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up. And he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now the Packers get set to go. They're in control. Here's a start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
There are 6 categories.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Oh, look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left is selected.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. They find some open field here. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Entering play call inside AHB blunt die played option run pass quick Weisty double slant.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for Green Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is